Hello again, and welcome to Flushing Meadows Corona Park. It's hard to believe that I've never been to Queens before, let alone to this place, which, as anyone that knows the channel knows, I'm a big fan of, well, I'm a fan of Art Deco infrastructure, which is not necessarily what this place is about. It is really about the World's Fair that was staged here. Now, I want to say 1933, but it was 37, I believe. I feel really bad in the fact that I did not look that up in advance. But this being a New York park, there's going to be a lot of background noise, including the jets overhead. But we're going to check this place out for a bit and see two of the most iconic structures as part of this park that were left over from that exhibition as we make our way down in the springtime through Queens. It's also the location of the grounds for the US Open tennis tournament. So there's a fair amount of stadia in this area. Citi Field is right behind me where the Mets are continuing to play after I just watched them and had to leave in the 7th inning to tour these grounds before I head back into Manhattan. Trying to keep everything on time, but there's so much to do in New York, it's really hard to fit everything in the 2 and a little bit more days that I have. It's like 2 1/4 days that I'm in New York. I'll keep having to shout over these jets. We're now actually at the stadium grounds for the US Open. You can see the main stadium in the background, Arthur Ashe Stadium. I do know the name of that. Imagine where we are right now. This place is called the Chase Center. It's just one of the main entrance gates for the tournament when it is being played in early September, late August, depending on when Labor Day weekend falls. Rather spacious park. There's a soccer game going on the other side of where we are right now. Where we're headed, you can see just straight ahead through the trees. It's the observation tower. Now there's not much to this place as far as what's left over from the expo grounds, as what you'd expect for something that's over 100 years ago almost now. Well, not over, but just under 100 years ago. But the most stunning piece of architecture, not really architecture, but of any type of construction for an exposition, lies straight ahead. So what you have is the Unisphere behind me, which I have to say is actually quite astounding, as I think I've already said. I keep trying to say over the jets flying overhead, but it really is kind of, I don't know, I guess like people in New York take advantage of these things because, yeah, it's actually so big and massive. Far larger than I would have actually thought, and quite a marvel for the time of which it was created. Normally there are fountains that actually run around this circumference of this statue, if you want to call it that. It's more like a landmark, an edifice, call it what you will. fact so big that it's hard to even get into one shot properly. So I have to actually walk back a bit. Woo, and I'll just frame my head in the shot. Well, that's a green cover for you if ever. It really is an absolutely marvelous and awe-inspiring creation. I can't say enough about it, really. It makes me glad that I came here. I'm going to get even more shots of it on the way back because I'm really only going to take in two things here. This entire park is almost 900 acres and still only the fourth largest in New York City, which is crazy to think about. It just gives you a true idea of the sheer immensity of this city. And of course, the other reason why we're here is to see this structure, the New York State Pavilion. There's some scaffolding on the sides of it, which looks like it may be going under some reconstruction. I feel like this was the first expo to truly embrace like the modern space age before the space age even existed, as these structures are still kind of awe-inspiring and impressive so many years after they've been built, decades and decades after they've been built. We're going to do a quick spin around this observation tower. Unfortunately, you can't go up it anymore. And then we'll come back to the Unisphere before we head on our way out. Now seeing this for the first time, I will admit it isn't the most sturdy of structures, as the floor looks to be nothing but some corrugated steel or aluminum. But it is being worked on, as I believe it's kind of been rotting away for some time. Not entirely sure if there was a way to actually get up it before. There must have been. Well, whether that you can actually see, I'm going to answer my own question. A stairwell inside the concrete structure there. And then to top it all off, it's this massive pavilion structure behind it. Here's the information we're looking for. Work in progress, reconstruction of portions of the New York State Pavilion Towers. They say portions, but it does look like some lights are going to be fixed inside. It doesn't look like there's anybody up top in this rendering, however, actually observing anything. We're going to get that shot. Either way, as it does seem like this is going to be reconstructed to the point where there'll be illuminations overnight, this is definitely a structure that I look forward to visiting in the future when those lights are fixed up and it's back to its full glory. It would be certainly nice to get back inside, or at least to be able to climb these buildings again. I am going to take a picture of this, so bear with the pause of the video as I... 1965 World's Fair. I don't know if that date is actually accurate. I believe the World's Fair was much earlier than that. The confirmation that this structure actually was part of the 1964 World's Fair, but the main fair that we're talking about is the 1937 World's Fair, of which the towers were part of. Of course, I'm probably going to be proven wrong, and then someone's going to tell me that it was entirely created for the 1964 World's Fair. Either way, it is stunning to behold. Didn't really think I'd be as impressed by this part of the structure as I am now, but it is something else. Most of the people here are taking pictures of the blooming trees, and here I am just here marveling this architecture. The only thing I regret is the fact that I was not here for when you could kind of access this pavilion a little bit closer for the construction, but or reconstruction for that, for technical sake. But it is marvelous regardless, and I'm glad that it's getting some work done to it. It will certainly be something to behold once it's finished its reconstruction and is back with us in the nighttime, illuminated in all its glory. Okay, well, I've done a full rotation now of this marvelous pavilion. As I said, you can see actually, before I do wrap up this side, that just over here you could actually get a view of what it was like inside there, which is like basically just more park space. Underneath the main pavilion structure. But you can't get in there now, and it certainly looks like there was some stairs that you could access. The top mezzanine level, all of which is inaccessible now, but I'm sure will be accessible at some point in the near future. Queen's Theater is also, I believe, part of this structure. So many names. National Tennis Center. They really do like their names of things. I have to hustle now because I'm going to be late for my next thing. Go by the Unisphere one more time on my way out here. There's a lot of jets that leave LaGuardia. It's one every like couple of minutes. It's crazy. I will give you a couple more shots as I walk around it again. I'm not going to walk around it, I'm just going to walk by, but regardless of the point, that's going to be the wrap of this part of my New York City vlog. Really, this is a standalone vlog of these two structures, these marvelous structures here, icons of the city. If you happen to be in New York and you have the time, I would say definitely don't miss this. If you're a fan of, you know, large infrastructure projects, I really talk about the history of Robert Moses and all the things that he did in this city that aren't so good. But there's one like legacy that's left, which is these two marvelous pavilions slash large buildings. Don't even really know what to call them. I still am like lost for words on how crazy and big this thing is. And just how visionary it is for the time of which it was constructed. No wonder Walt Disney was inspired to create his own world, which no doubt was built on this structure when he originally proposed Epcot that he didn't get even to live to see. We're gonna get out of here as I hightail it across town for my final two engagements here in New York. Thank you for watching this miniature vlog on the grounds of Flushing Meadows Corona and the World's Fair of New York 37 and 64. There's some nice kids here and some not nice kids here. Hello to the nice girl who said hello. Not to the girl who said ew.